Hey everybody, how's it going? Looks like we got a few in here already. That's cool. Kodiak, Liberty Snake, Mr. Nicktown, and Bear Adjacent, Mr. Nicktown. Uh, let's see if I can get the lighting a little better here. We're playing around with a new idea. I'm not in my truck today, obviously. Um, hey, there we go. Now we're working with gas. So, just wanted to get on and stream a little bit today about an experience I had with leftist propaganda in my local school district here in small town Minnesota. Um, we were, I was talking with my oldest boy, my 10-year-old boy, here a few weeks ago, or a week ago, and wasn't even a week ago, it was earlier this week. And I when he gets home after school, he has to give me a call and check in so that I know they made it on the bus and made it in the house and everything's going okay and they've got homework, whatever. We have our everyday conversation in the afternoon, and I saw it was him calling, so I answered the phone and I says, "Hey Hayden, how's it going?" And he goes, "Christopher Columbus was a murderous fraud, and you could have knocked me over with a feather. What's happening, Moomin?" So I was absolutely floored that my 10-year-old fifth grader was telling me that Christopher Columbus was a murderous fraud. So I did a little bit a bit deeper prying on him to find out exactly what he was talking about. And he informed me that they watched a video in history class that day. Oh, I know. I wish we could afford to homeschool. It's believe me, as soon as we are able, that's the only way to go. Anybody that can do it, I highly recommend homeschooling. So I did a little bit of prying and found out that he watched this video on how Christopher Columbus was a murderer and a moron. Yeah, a murderer and a moron in history class. So, by the way, how's the stream starting off here? Am I good on Wi-Fi? We got a good connection, good picture, good sound, everything good? So, me still being on the road, I had to wait until I got back home to find out exactly what he was talking about with the perfect. Thanks, Liberty Snake. Had to get online and find out exactly what he was talking about. So I just did a simple Google search. Christopher Columbus was a murderous fraud. So, of course, the first thing that comes up are several different articles, the Independent Irishman, and then I started noticing a lot of Vox and a couple other names that you would recognize that Mr. Nicktown is the last movement. Okay, what's going on, B West? How's it going, buddy? So we we get to looking. I get to looking through a simple Google search and find a lot of articles. Like I said, the Independent Irishman, Vox, the Spectator, some other names that you would recognize in the top 10 searches that are all far left publications that are pushing the new progressive agenda. And they're all articles talking about how Columbus was just this bloodthirsty idiot that stumbled upon the Bahamas and thought it was the West Indies, which he did at first. I'll give him that. He did it first. But when he couldn't make it through Central America, because it's all land, there at the time the Panama Canal didn't exist. So how he was so interested in gold that these people had that he returned to Spain, which he did, gathered more troops, which he did, returned and slaughtered everyone when they wouldn't give up their gold, which is false because actually, sadly, the reason he returned was because the people that were on the islands in the Bahamas and the Caribbean, as well as people in Nicaragua, Honduras, Colombia, were largely defenseless and would make easy slaves for the European slave trade. So he guaranteed the Queen of Spain that he would return with boatloads of slaves. So you're not exactly going to go in and wipe out the entire population that you're supposed to be enslaving. Dead people don't make really good slaves. So then I thought, well, okay, so he watched this video. I'm not seeing any videos. So I got on YouTube and I searched the same thing. Christopher Columbus was a murderous fraud. And a cartoon pops up from Adam Ruins Everything. And if you ever get a chance to watch that, make sure you watch it and comment appropriately on his videos because they're garbage. Absolute lying, misleading, misrepresenting garbage. The first video that popped up obviously was about Christopher Columbus. If you've got a chance, I'll after the show here, I'll post a link in the section to show you exactly which video it was, but it's not hard to find on a simple search on YouTube. That cartoon was shown to my 5th grader, my 10-year-old, in class in public school. So I, not being very happy at all, decided to go ahead and contact the principal. Well, I did that yesterday morning, and I had about a 10-minute conversation with the principal on the video and that it was shown in class and that I really didn't appreciate it. And he asked me what the video was, and I told him. And the actual title of the video is Adam Ruins Everything. Christopher Columbus was a murderous moron. Now, before I called I should back up just a little bit here. What's happened? Thanks for coming back. Oh, and Dom in the house. No, I actually took a rare day off today, Dom. I had a vet appointment for my dog. Careful now. I don't have any moderators, so you got to be nice to each other in there. So I took the day off today. I had a vet appointment this morning, a dentist appointment at lunchtime, and I'm just kind of hanging out with my 3-year-old now. It is absolutely disgusting, and that's exactly the reason that I was completely appalled that Andrew Kelly, what's going on? I can't right now. My computer has a virus on it, so I can't turn my computer on, and you can't do it through the app. So I will. We are talking, Andrew, today about how an Adam Ruins Everything video about Christopher Columbus being a murderous moron wound up in a 5th grade history class in my school, in my son's school. So when I figured out that it was an Adam Ruins Everything video I just searched that on YouTube, that what my son told me that Christopher Columbus was a murderous fraud. It brought up a list of videos, and I showed the phone to my son, and I said, okay, which video did you watch? And he clicked on the Adam Ruins Everything. So we watched this video, and the video is, especially the first half, is full of enough truth that it sucks you into the video and makes it seem believable. Yes, Christopher Columbus again, because it's still an issue in our public school system, apparently. Then the video moves into, obviously, propaganda about white imperialism and how early whites were nothing but a bunch of murderers and world dominators, and we had absolutely no interest in human life or advancement of the species or anything like that. Where are the? Should we on the phone or the? Delete a slide. Yeah, I so okay, so I figure out that it's this Adam Ruins Everything video. I call the principal. I start to explain to him what it is. I showed the wife the video, and my wife is a lovely woman, but she is as far from political as she can be. She wants nothing to do with politics. I think in the 16 years that we've been together, I think I've heard her mention politics twice. And both of them were just nothing comments that really, So she watched the video, and even she was disgusted by the video. They call Columbus a moron a dozen times. They over graphic on what he did when they show him chopping people up and just butchering people like a serial killer would do. And absolutely, once you get it halfway into the video, there's very little historical claims made. It's all either flat out lies or just propagandized assumptions on intentions and Christopher Columbus's beliefs and the beliefs of the Spanish royalty and Andrew J. What's happening, Flip Bear? So the call to the principal actually went fairly well. He has a fifth grade son as well. See him on baseball all the time. Seems like a pretty decent dude. I'm not going to name drop or dox anybody or even dox the school for now, because it appears as though the situation is being handled properly. But when I told him the name of the video, which the name of the video again is Adam Ruins Everything, Christopher Columbus was a murderous moron. That's the name of the video, he says. Yeah, that's the name of the video. And this guy's a YouTuber? I say, yep. Well, apparently I'm touching a YouTube nerve pretty good here, because I am on Wi-Fi and I am less than 8 feet from the router. Yeah, am I back now? Am I back? Anybody? I have the best Wi-Fi connection you could have. Like I said, I'm less than 8 feet in there, so there's absolutely zero reason that the YouTube should, and it kicked me completely out of the live stream. I had to re-enter the live stream. Thank you. All right, we're back. All right. So, conversation with the principal went fairly well. He said he would talk to the instructor, and was really surprised he wanted to watch the video himself. My son did tell me that the video had been edited to take the bad stuff out. Yeah, it did hiccup. So that the video he watched had been edited to take the bad stuff out, because some of the bad stuff, like I said, Columbus was chopping up bodies. The Queen of Spain was snorting spices. Just absolutely ridiculous comments. Yes, okay. Well, yeah, hairy front too. Who hasn't said that? Andrew, yep. Surprise, surprise. So, said he was going to watch the video. I had my son watch it with me, and I went through it and did what everyone should do when faced with this kind of crap. Is I went through the video, we watched it, with just obviously some of the stuff was inappropriate even for his age, but we made sure the other younger boys weren't watching. The wife and I went through the stream. We explained to him what was right historically, what was wrong historically, what was misleading, and what was just... Wow, that time it completely shut down YouTube on me. Okay, so hopefully we're back here now. I never know. Yeah, Adam lies about history all the time. I've seen a couple of his videos. I've seen some debunks on and some rebuttals on on Crowder and the Debunkers, the Freedom Tunes guys, and yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous how he just flat out lie. I mean, just makes stuff up. Completely knows, and that's what I explained to the principal when I called him. I said it's really easy with a 10-minute YouTube search to find the journals of Christopher Columbus, and the letters from Columbus back to the royalty in Spain. Um, Adam Ruins Everything has a show on True TV. Are you freaking serious, Dom? I'm so glad I don't watch channels like that. Oh, he looks like Bert Kreischer's gay son is what he looks like. He's absolutely retarded. He should have nothing to do with history, and that's what I told the principal too. I said this guy is nothing but a YouTuber. His videos should not be used to be teaching history. And of course, the principal right off the bat, not right off the bat, but he eventually, well, I'm sure the intention wasn't that. I'm sure he was trying to show both sides. I said, that's fine if he shows both sides of a historical event, as long as it's factually based. I said, you cannot show this garbage. So the principal was supposed to call me back yesterday afternoon, never did. Was waiting for a call this morning, never got one. So I ended up here just hour or so ago talking to the principal again, and he went through and I left him a message, and he actually, when he got the message, realized I was serious, and then took the time to watch the video, called me back and said that they will be pulling that video from Steve. We'll be pulling that video from the roster of approved material at Pine. Almost doxed the school. So they will be pulling that video from the library and will not be using it in class anymore. So basically, and I will follow up on this. I will ensure it's not being used anymore. My son is a wonderful little watchdog because he likes it when daddy spends time with him doing homework, and he knows that if daddy doesn't like a topic, daddy's going to be sitting right next to him correcting everything. So we'll go through our projects together, and it's actually kind of fun. He gets all excited when he knows that something's not going to make dad happy, because he can't wait to call me and tell me. Because then it's guaranteed I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do homework with him. We're going to go through, and I'm going to point out, thank you, sir. I'm going to point out what's right, what's wrong, what's true, what's not. And not only am I going to tell him, but I'm going to go a step further than the instructor that fed him this bull crap. And I'm going to show him documentable evidence to why I'm right. And if I'm wrong in the process of trying to prove that I'm right, I'll say, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Or we'll go over this, that, the other thing, but I will not let them get away with this, and nobody can. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Yeah, we gotta be rocking the skills to our kids, because if we let them run amok, who's gonna? I mean, if we don't do it early enough, I guess my biggest point in this is if we don't challenge the school when these kids are early enough and watch, they have to watch you challenge the school. I told my son that I was going to call the principal. Then I told him that I called the principal. And actually, when I told him I called the principal, he got a little nervous. But of course, again, he's worried about how this is going to affect him in class. And that's yet to be seen too. That hopefully the principal doesn't dox Hayden in class, and hopefully the teacher doesn't watch my stream. I doubt it. Seems like a leftist, so I'm guessing he's not going to be watching some bear video. But yeah, he's going to be pulling that video from the stream. The kid likes it when I get involved. The kids always like it when you get involved with their homework. Sorry, I'm drinking from my generic camouflage mug because my ugly mug hasn't arrived yet. Even though it's shipped, I checked on it, shipped 2 days ago. So make sure your kids are filling you in on what's going on in school. Make sure your kids are member of the Queen. If the kid, especially if the kids see you getting, I told you I'm gonna, as soon as I get paid middle of this week here coming up, I'll be right on that handsome mug as soon as I get paid there. Field of Bears. Remember, guys, check out Pinder's ugly mug and Field of Bears handsome mug, and be waiting because I think I'm going to kick it off. I've been kind of teasing it a little bit here, but I think I'm going to kick it off. I should have everything wrapped up and together. Steve, I potentially still am requesting your help on that if you get time to work on a potential logo, but I'd like to have my big rig and trucker hat ready to go for the inauguration of the stream Face to Face with a Bear. I have all but locked down. I've gotten a committal. We just got to work on the details. I will be interviewing Eric Nimmer on my first episode, which will be premiering. Like I said, I haven't got the total deets knocked down yet, but it will be premiering New Year's weekend. Eric Nimmer, New Year's weekend, Face to Face with a Bear. If you are interested in being interviewed or know someone that you'd like to have interviewed, maybe somebody that's got something interesting to say or do, or somebody that you're curious about, hey, I'm not going to say nothing. Make sure and email me at coventry.james@yahoo.com. Send me your information and we'll get together, or send me the request of who you'd like to see interviewed, and I'll be all over top of that. Yeah, but to get back to the school situation, he did call me back after watching the video, did say that he found the video disturbing, especially the part where the Queen of Spain is imitating using cocaine on spices from the Spice Road. So challenge. Don't let these hippie morons get away with this crap. Adam ruins everything. If you yes, I live in Minnesota. Well, no kidding, Dom. We've talked about this before. Remember, Donald Trump. God, I'd love it. Yeah, I think I got a little bit of work to do before I get big enough to where Donald Trump even knows I exist. What is this? Would be funny if Field of Bears is the next streamed out. So, yeah, Adam is a horrible. He's so far from a historian. I think Donald Trump would make a better astronaut than Adam Ruins Everything makes as a historian. I mean, what a freaking ridiculous bunch of crap. How far from Cambridge? I am, you know where Brainerd is, Dom? I'm about 30 minutes north of Brainerd. So that makes it about hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half north of Cambridge. Hour and 45 maybe. Yeah, so challenge. I can't say this enough, guys. You got to pay attention. Well, I get it, but they showed the Queen of Spain snorting salt. I should have been more clear on it. She had salt from the Spice Road that she was snorting in a video that was shown to a bunch of 10-year-old fifth graders. Okay, Harvick, gotcha. No, I've got Spectrum, Charter Spectrum internet. I actually know there are a bunch of the Arvig family up here in the area where I'm at. I used to play poker with one of them. So we have to challenge it. You got to pay attention to what your kids are being taught because, well, obviously it was a cartoon field. It was a propaganda video by a piece of crap leftist trying to spew false information about Christopher Columbus and And worst part of the video, oh, I didn't even cover this. Worst part of the video. Okay, I think we're back. Worst part of the video. See, they're really getting wound up about this. I'm going right after Adam ruins everything, throw it here, and I'm just a nobody from central Minnesota. Um, yeah, yeah, you definitely have to pay attention to what your kids are being taught. It is best if you can homeschool, but if you can't homeschool, you've got to pay attention to what they're being taught. Get involved. I am literally 8 feet from my Wi-Fi router. Not I'm about 7 feet from my Wi-Fi router, and this keeps kicking me off. It's not just kicking me off; it kicks me out of the whole app. Are we back? Can anybody still hear me? Or are we transmitting? Yeah, yeah, I know. Well, I can either use Charter or I can use TDS Telecom, and TDS Telecom is a small local company that's garbage and expensive. Um, all right, so yeah, I know it's most likely the app. They just did another update again here, so it's gotten worse. But um, so you have to challenge everything. If you can't homeschool, which is obviously the best way to do it, especially for our group, then you definitely have to pay attention to what they're being taught in history and in science specifically. Those are the two. False flag. Yeah. Hey, you know what? That's it's on the subjects that I care about. I mean, how do you not stay focused on this? It's an onslaught of the worst type. We've got to we got to keep track of what our kids are being taught. If you don't get involved, you can't. You're not keeping track of what they're being taught. You're not paying attention to them. Like my son gets excited when he knows because I don't hide my political views from my kids. I don't get as crazy as I get with you guys, but I do share my views around them. I have conversations with other friends. Um, the old. Um, oh wait, I get my code. Yeah, you got gig. See, I don't have gig. I can't remember what the speed on mine is. But we got to pay attention. We got to absolutely got to pay attention. If you're not getting involved, if you're not paying attention, they're going to win every time. Because if theirs is the only information that our kids are getting, theirs is going to be the only information our kids know. I don't hide my political views from my kids. I don't get, like I said, I don't get as crazy, but I don't hide them. So when, hey, Big Drum Bear, hey, yeah, you're only about 30 minutes late, but that's okay. And crap, now my battery's gonna die. So we got to pay attention to what's going on with our kids because if your kids know what your political views are without you don't have to get crazy with them. You don't have to go all bear on them. But if you talk to other people around your kids and you let them hear what your thoughts are, and they're hearing obviously something completely different in school, they're gonna question you on it, even though they are spending a lot of their time in school and with working class families. They're not spending, sadly, as much time with. Yeah, I know, that's why I said that. So even if they're, sadly, with working class families, they're spending more time with their teachers than they are with their parents in a lot of cases, especially when it comes to dads and hardworking dads and people that have to work second shifts and whatnot. So they still trust you more. And if you get them questioning early, and they know that something isn't the way that mom and dad believe, they're going to ask you about it when they're told something different. And like I said, Hayden, he's great. 10 years old, and that kid gets excited when he knows that something he was just told in school doesn't exactly line up with the way that dad believes. So he can't wait to tell Dad, because that guarantees that Dad's going to sit down with him. Dad is going to go through his homework with him. Dad's going to spend some extra time with just him. Dad is going to show him what Dad believes, what the school is teaching, where the truth is, and where we can find evidence of the truth. We're not going to go through and play these stupid games where we make assumptions, and he loves that. He's a very analytical kid, so he loves those types of interactions where he can get Dad engaged in his homework and feel a little extra connection to Dad, and then it gives Dad a chance, which is the part I like, gives me a chance to go through his homework and show him where he can find this stuff. And I tell him, don't make waves with your teacher yet. Do what your teacher tells you to do, and then tell me about it, and we'll go through it and we'll show you what's right and what's wrong. Because he, like I said earlier, when I told him that I was calling the principal, he did get a little nervous at first, but hopefully that'll work out. And again, to wrap this up in a neat little bow here, the school principal did assure me that that video would be removed, that it wouldn't be used in class anymore, and that they would be he would be paying a little more attention. He would have a talk with the teacher. So hopefully we can get some resolution to that and move forward here. It sounds like hopefully he wasn't just giving me FaceTime, and that he's actually going to pay attention to what's going on here, because obviously I don't care if that teacher shows a different point of view, as long as he's not letting these kids believe, showing them such a radicalized point of view that it's full of falsehoods and misdirection and misinformation and misrepresentation. And if he is, that it's cut out. But I don't have a lot of high hopes for that particular history teacher in our class, which is sad, because history is often told by the winner. I understand that part. But it doesn't take a whole lot of digging to find out anymore, with the way that Google is, with the way the internet is, with the way that resource documents are available. It doesn't take that long or that much research to do a little digging to find, like I said, 10 minutes into a Google search, and I was reading letters from Christopher Columbus to the King and Queen of Spain. 10 minutes. And I was already reading the letters, which it showed exactly what his intentions were. They showed exactly what he knew. I mean, this Adam Ruins Everything video claimed that Christopher Columbus died on thinking that he had found the West Indies. It claimed that Christopher Columbus never found America. Well, I'm sorry, you stupid piece of crap. Adam Ruins Everything. This is all for you right now, because this is how irritated I am by this video. You stupid piece of ignorant crap. The Americas. Multiple. North America, Central America, South America, you dumb fuck. Holy crap. 3 Americas. And Christopher Columbus never claimed to find America. He discovered the New World, you stupid moron. You call Columbus a moron dozens of times, you're the moron. Oh my God. Yep, you definitely need to pay attention to what's true, because I did learn. I didn't realize that as many of those people that died, but the people that died in the Caribbean at the hands of Christopher Columbus were not chopped up and butchered by some serial killer. They decided Christopher Columbus thought they would be easy to enslave. They decided to fight back. When they decided to fight back, Christopher Columbus his men got more brutal. What do we got here? Yeah, that'd be cool, Steve. Do a stream on a Saturday with your brothers. Get the whole Jew clan together, the Jew tribe together, and give us a stream. No, that'd be pretty awesome, brother. I'd watch it. So Yeah, no, that this Adam Ruins. Yeah, thanks for getting me back on track, guys. That's right. I was really mad until Steve distracted me. You stupid piece of crap. If you're gonna be that retarded about it, you should probably do it about subjects that the average dude can't find on the internet in 10 freaking minutes. You know, he didn't ever claim to discover America. And America runs from Mexico to the Arctic. It's not the United States, dum dum. No, Christopher Columbus did not discover the United States. Ponce de Leon landed in Florida. That's the first European, and that was the other claim is that, we're getting low on bad. Okay, we're good, we're good. So Christopher Columbus wasn't the first person here, so he didn't discover it. No, he discovered it for the known world. Oh, he there's the known world and the new world, and the known world didn't know about the new world until Christopher Columbus found it. Then, 35 years later, Ferdinand Magellan, sailed, and here's another one that Google, hey, you guys want to have fun? Google search who was the first person to sail around the world, circumnavigate the globe. It'll bring up an article by the History Channel, nonetheless, disputing that Magellan was the first one to circumnavigate the globe because he never actually made it because he died in the Philippines. But his slave, who it took several years for him to actually do it, and the crew of the ship, he was dropped off in near his home land, and the crew that Magellan and the expedition that Magellan was leading did make it all the way back to Spain, but this other slave, he's the one that actually, if he returned to his hometown, which they can't prove, he was the first one to go ahead and make it around. But anyway, I can't get sidetracked on this. Back to that piece of crap. Adam ruins everything. Adam, you're a piece of garbage. If you're gonna be a left-wing propagandist, at least make an attempt at disguising how false your freaking claims are. Oh, keep it out of our schools, guys. My battery's getting low here, so thanks to everybody for showing up. Remember, keep an eye out for Face to Face with a Bear. My email again is Coventry, COVENTRY .james@yahoo.com. Keep an eye out for updates. Keep an eye out for the trucker hats. Remember to pay attention to other bears. Don't poke bears because we poke back. All right, take care.